Good afternoon, everybody. Mia still here, and welcome to my channel. So, you guys, I had to have a meeting with my counselor today. At Pathfinders, we have counselors, and like once a week, we all of us have the same counselor meet with them. All in one group. And today, he had a little baggie of awesome little sayings, famous sayings that were real encouraging and whatnot. So tonight, I have had a hard time coming up with a topic today because sometimes I just have a hard time coming up with a topic. So we are going to pull these sayings out of my little baggie here, and I'm going to read them to y'all and maybe give a short explanation on some of them. Some of them are pretty self-explanatory, but in doing so, I hope that maybe some of y'all can relate to some of them, and maybe some of them can offer some support to y'all and just be an encouragement to y'all, and y'all can keep it and tuck it away in your brain and just say it to yourself whenever you're feeling down or depressed or something like that. So let's dive right into this, and let me pull out the first one. It is a plastic bag, but I promise I will recycle it when we're done. Because I'm a good citizen. Save the planet! Okay. Oh, this is a really good one. It almost brought me to tears in group, actually, because I have a problem with this. Okay, this one says, and here's the little slip. Nice little uneven cut piece of paper. It says, worrying does not take away tomorrow's troubles. It takes away today's peace. Okay, you guys. So I'm going to read that one more time just to make sure y'all got it. Because sometimes, if y'all are like me, my brain works really slow sometimes. Sometimes it can take a minute for me to comprehend something. So, worrying does not take away tomorrow's troubles. It takes away today's peace. Now, when I think about that saying, we all worry. We're human. We have fears. We have concerns. We worry about things. And I've talked about, in recovery, how we focus on one day at a time, all the time, and that's all we can do. Because if we focus on too ahead in the future, it can cause us, I just spit on myself, it can cause us emotions that we don't want or need to deal with at the time. So I know that I have a tendency to worry about things that are just ridiculous to worry about, really. And that saying, worrying about things will not solve the issues of tomorrow, but take away today's peace. And that is very true. Like, we can sit here all day and we can worry about something that's going to happen tomorrow or happen in the future, and it's not going to change the outcome of that situation. But it can definitely change how our day goes, because the day that we spend worrying about everything, that can really affect us, and that is definitely going to take away our peace to a certain extent for the day, because why spend time worrying about something that we don't have control over in the first place? Why sacrifice our joy and our peace for the day to worry about something that's not going to change a damn thing, So, let's jump into the next one. Paper or plastic? Paper! Oh, God. This is a really good one, you guys. Listen and silent are spelled with the same letters. That is a really deep statement, can be very controversial, but listen and silent are actually spelled with the same exact letters. I think they have the same amount too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, they have the exact same letters, the exact same amount. They are just arranged in two different ways. Now, was that done on purpose? Very possibly someone with a sick sense of humor could have done that on purpose. But listen and silent are spelled with the same letters. That's something that I'm going to kind of let y'all chew on for a little bit and think about. I really don't have anything to add to that one, because I think that one's just a saying that's kind of self-explanatory, So I'm going to go on to the next one. Oh, this is a good one as well. One reason people resist change is because they focus on what they have to give up instead of what they have to gain. You know, this is a very big one for me, you guys. Me being a trans woman, um, I resisted change for a very long time and was it was very hard for me to change a lot of things in my life because I was indeed focused on what I was going to have to give up. I was focused on having to give up family. I was focused on having to give up friends. You know, I was focused on having to give up a certain mindset, and I didn't want to do that. But you know, now, today, I'm not focusing on what I have to give up, but I am focusing on what I have to gain in that sense. You know, I'm now focused on my goal of making my transition. I am focused on, you know, getting a new car, you know. That's something that I'm going to gain. I'm just focused on gaining a new sense of happiness, a new sense of self security and confidence. And that's huge to me. That's a very good one. It's definitely going to get hung on the wall in my room above my bed. Let's jump to the next one. Oh, I love this one too. If you want to fly, give up everything that weighs you down. You guys, this one kind of ties into that last one for me. You know, I talk about making an impact on the world, and I can use the phrase if you want to fly to correlate with the impacting the world statement. And you know, in order to impact the world, in order to, grow our wings and fly, we do have to give up everything that weighs us down. And the things that we need, that we have to give up sometimes, is we have to give up caring what people think. We've got to give up focusing on what others are going to think, or, maybe losing certain friendships. Because if someone is going to quit being your friend because you decided that you wanted to chase after your dreams and your goals and chase after who you are for a person, why let that weigh us down? Let's drop that. We will make new friends in our future. We will make new friends as we experience life in the future and as we discover ourselves. You're going to meet new people. You're going to go to new places. You're going to figure out new things. So we do have to indeed give up things that weigh us down. And a lot of that is, for the LGBT community especially, is dealing with a lot of hate and judgment. And it is very hard to drop those weights sometimes, but they can be very heavy weights on us a lot of times. So, that's a very good one. Y'all might want to tuck that one away in your cute little heads, like I'm going to do. Let's do another one. There was one I'm hoping I'll pull out in a minute that I really wanted to have a good conversation about. That's not it. I'm going to skip through some of these because there's like a bunch of them, and there's one that I really wanted to get to. Alright, we're going to go over this one real quick because it's a huge one for me. Not caring what other people think is the best choice you will ever make. Guys, that is a very true statement. I'm going to talk to y'all about this one while I'm continuing to look through these. For a long time, I cared too much about what people thought. For a long time, I sought approval in my parents, in my family. I sought approval in everybody that wasn't important. And then the ones that were important to me, I pushed away because the ones that were offering me approval, I pushed away because I was trying to please the ones that did not approve of my life. Did not approve of who I was. And I lost a lot of friends that way. And we have to be really, really careful about that because it is very easy for us to focus on having a certain level of popularity because everyone wants to be popular, everybody wants to have lots of friends. But what the hell is good is popularity if the ones that are your friends in that circle are not actually true friends? Like, I'd much rather have the ones that accept me for me, that are genuine, that are going to be honest with me and going to support me 100%. And I would want to please them and make them happy instead of putting my time and effort into pleasing the ones that in the end you're never going to be able to make happy. You know, they're never going to agree with you. They're never going to love you. They're never going to support your decisions. So, guys, let's try not to invest so much time in the ones, and we know who it is that matters and who doesn't. So, let's try to invest our time in making the ones happy that mean something to us, that have our best, what is the word? Our best interest at heart instead of the ones that do not, that are trying to get something out of us. Okay, I'm having a hard time finding this one that I wanted to read to y'all. If I can't find it, I think I can remember what it says, so I think I'll just like say it out loud. Well, there's only 3 more in here, and I'm not thinking that any of these 3 are it. So, I may just have to like really gear my brain and grind my gears till my brain starts smoking for y'all on camera and remember it for y'all. Oh, here's one I can relate to. Sometimes the best way to get someone's attention is to stop giving them yours. You guys, I had to deal with this in my relationship, my current relationship. You know, Mike, my fiance, was very abusive at one point in our relationship, in our active addiction. He was very abusive. This dude coming with his damn speakers blared all the way up. And it is a white boy. And he is in a Ford Explorer. At least it's gold, so he's pimping a little bit, but not much. But anyway, back to that. You know, sometimes we do have to stop giving people our attention to get theirs. You know, that is really annoying. And you guys, I apologize if that's like destroying y'all's ears when y'all watch this. Oh my god. Are we done? Are we done? No, we're not. Okay, he's pulling away. There he goes. I think they're so cool. You guys, I like to wear my music like that. Well, I used to. And sometimes when people do that, I think they just want attention. Because that's why I did it. I just wanted attention. And I looked stupid when I did it anyway, so I stopped doing it. But anyway, so back to me and Mike. So Mike got very abusive at one point in our relationship before I went to jail, you know, and there came a point. Well, he got arrested shortly before I got out. And, you know, I was talking to him on the phone and whatnot, you know, sending him money and everything. And it came a point where I had to, in fact, stop calling him because he would not listen. I was trying to have conversations with him about how we needed to stay clean, about how we needed to change the way we interact, how we can't be arguing as much as we were. You know, I talked to him about there can be no more abuse. You know, I was like, I love you and I want to make this work, but you cannot lay your hands on me anymore. And you know, for Mike to get that realization, I had to cut him off completely for a little while, actually. And you know, in doing that, him being without me, being without my communication, being without my presence, and him being in jail also, and me being out here, him being away from me, he has learned a lesson. You know, he has learned and he has truly came to the realization of what we had, the love we had. And he has realized that he's not going to find that love anywhere else. And, you know, us being apart from each other really gave us both time to think about our actions because he did not do everything wrong. I definitely had my part in the wrongdoings, but it took that for him. It took me not giving him my attention for him to understand that he really wanted my attention, and for him to took me not trying to get his attention for him to understand that he wanted, you know. So I may have totally just kind of screwed up that one, but Oh, and this is one that I'm really big on, you guys. That's why I have this YouTube channel. It's why I do my Facebook message every morning. It says, be somebody who makes everybody feel like a somebody. You know, be somebody who makes everybody feel like a somebody. You know, I told the guys in the group when I heard that and when I read it, because that was the one I drew actually. Um, I told everybody what you say to a person can help them make a final decision in whether they're going to commit suicide or whether they're not going to commit suicide. What you say to someone can be their final decision in whether they're going to jump into an active addiction or whether they're not. I cannot express enough to y'all how important things we say to people are and how important it is when we interact with people to do it in a positive and encouraging manner, because we all have problems. We're human. We all deal with shit. And you never know when somebody is having a rough time, when somebody is going through the worst time in their life. You never know, you guys. And that is why I'm making it a goal myself to make sure that I say something encouraging, that anytime I interact with somebody is not something negative. And am I going to make mistakes and say negative things sometimes? Absolutely. 100% am I going to do that. I'm still human. I'm going to make mistakes. But guys, we have got to try to uplift each other. This world is such a negative place, and there is such a lack of kindness in humanity nowadays. People are killing each other. Brothers killing brother. People are robbing the little old ladies, trying to cross the street. It's horrible. It's horrific. It's a terrible thing. And I tell y'all not to focus on the negative things. But while we don't focus on them, we need to realize that this is a sad reality, and the amount of negativity in the world is something that needs to be reversed. And how can we reverse that? It starts with one person at a time. It starts with people like you. It starts with you giving that one person a positive compliment or an encouraging statement or something, just to uplift them and give them support. That's what it takes. And if one person said something to one other person every day, everybody in the world would hear a compliment or an encouragement every single day, you guys. And just imagine how different the world could be if we were all encouraging each other instead of hating on each other and judging each other and putting each other down. Because, guys, this is a big deal for me. I've been put down and judged and hated and just been fed negativity for so long in my life. I want to do the opposite. I want to be that person that saves somebody's life, that helps keep someone from committing suicide, that tells somebody, just do it for one more day, dear. It's going to get better. It's going to. We have got to be those people, you guys. We have got to uplift each other. And I just cannot stress it enough, you know. And I hope that some of y'all are understanding it. And I really hope that some of y'all are encouraging each other, because this is a big deal for me. There is too much hate in the world nowadays. There is way too much hate and judgment. And there's too much negativity. And I think we all can agree with that. And we are not going to focus on it. That is not my goal, is not to focus on it. And we won't. But we have to acknowledge that it's there. Because if you don't acknowledge the problem, how are you going to come up with a solution to that problem? So yes, I acknowledge the negativity in the world and the hate and the judgment. Humanity is driven by insecurity, you guys. That is the biggest problem in the world today. Humanity is so driven by insecurity, and we don't help it. Humanity doesn't help the insecurity-driven population because we feed into those insecurities. Instead of saying things positive, we want to tear someone down so that we can feel better than them, so that we'll be happy about ourselves. And it is terrible that we get that sick satisfaction sometimes, but it is such a true reality. So, you guys, I couldn't find that saying that I wanted to go over, but that one actually turned out really good. I'm glad I found that that one was still in the bag. But you guys, I love y'all all so dearly. I hope y'all have had an amazing day. I hope y'all have smiled so much today. And y'all, please, please, y'all uplift somebody tonight, uplift somebody tomorrow, uplift somebody every day. You know, even if it's just looking at someone and smiling. You know, looking at somebody and giving them a smile can change their day just as much as saying an encouraging words than can. So y'all have a great evening. It is kind of cooler here in Alabama, thank God, because the humidity has been terrible. You know, y'all pray for the ones in Florida and for Georgia. There is a hurricane. It's been upgraded to a Category 1 and it's going straight towards them. So y'all pray for Florida, you know, and Georgia. They've already issued a state of emergency. Y'all keep them in your prayers, you know, and if y'all have friends or family down there, I know that y'all are worried. Try not to worry about it. You know, just try to stay positive and we'll deal with the solution to the problem when the problem happens. But like I said earlier, don't spend today worrying about something you can't change and take away from the peace that you have today. But y'all have a great evening and I will see y'all tomorrow. So I love you all and y'all smile because you're beautiful when you smile. Never back down, never give up, and let's change the world one smile at a time, you guys. I will see y'all tomorrow.